Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Train Simulator Classic. We're here at Peterborough on the ECML route by Dovetail Games. Oh, cool, CSR. Thought it would be GSMR in this era. Fair enough. And we are, like I said, we are here. We're going to be running this service with Class 3 on 7672. Interesting, the branding patch has disappeared. I know I've installed it, so I don't know what's happened there. I'm presuming it's supposed to be an unbranded unit. And we're running it down to Finsbury Park today. Stevenage and Finsbury Park. So you can see we've got a headboard on. That's off the Shambles rail tour that these ran. So we are 1 Zulu 8 coming down from... 1 Zulu 8 was it? Sorry. 1 Zulu 18, my apologies, coming down from York. Fun fact, these units actually did run in their wagon days up towards Leeds, because when GNER was short of units during refurbishments, these and 321s got hired in, and there's a photo of a 317 at Retford that I've seen. Anyway, in the cab 317672, we've got the, like I say, single yellow, red ahead. Reverse will go forward. Now headlights. Markers, demist. Oh, there's only one. Fascinating. Oh yeah, it's an empty slot by the looks of things. Interesting. And so you got lads on the back. Yeah, this one's branded, this one isn't, so I'm assuming it's intentionally unbranded. Northbound 317, first cat will connect. We're expecting to wait about 30 seconds. But yeah, otherwise, it's a quick blast down. Basically, we're 100 all the way to Stevenage, then we stop for Stevenage. And then we're back up to 100 until pretty much Bounds Green. So it's quite an easy drive, this. I don't know why I've got the hood on. Apologies for that one. I do actually spend quite a bit of my time in Platform 1. However, it's now been extended. So see, this has been chopped off. This is now unused. And Platform 1 feels like it finishes back down here. Because I know I've stood under the bridge and like looked up at these arches. Because those arches are there in real life. It's just quirky bridge design, really, in my opinion. But obviously in real life, the platform comes all the way down here now. So it's much extended to accommodate 12 cars. On that note, hope you heard that. That was the ding dings. Let's go. Oh my god, this thing is quiet. How embarrassing. There you go. 317 noises. There we go. I'll turn noise removal on. 50. And you've got over there 321s, 365s, all sorts of stock really. Proper thrashing. Proper thrashing. I'm going to shut off because it's a 30 to rejoin, I believe. Below us, that is the Fen line, so that is the line to Ely. There's also some quick looking pylons going that way. I come through Peterborough regularly. I've got pretty decent route knowledge. Looking sideways. Not looking forward, looking sideways. Crap. Something's been put around us. Yeah, I'm a bit hot coming in there. That's why you set your DRA. Step 1's just a suggestion to slow down. To this thing. It's not doing anything. Step 2. Let's see what's coming around. Going to overtake and stuff. It's not even through the station yet. Oh, it's a Mark 4. That he's not started moving yet. That is a bloody outrage. You can see the era. You've got East Coast stock with a Nexac 91 on the back. We'll roll a bit closer to the signal. We'll contact the signal. Hello, signal. 1018 here. Standing against signal. Stand by. Standing against signal Papa 428. Just advising you I'm here. Please take the road. Thank you. So yeah, it's Stevenage. We'll do Hertford Loop for a future video. And we need to do Hertford, probably a 66 one actually. Again. And it's 1 Echo 2 1. Which, out of interest, what time's that due through Peterborough? Because the timings haven't changed substantially. Peterborough at 1901. He's 7 or 8. I should put him for a head. Is he going to move? Is he bugged? There we go. He's now starting to move. And here my compressor kicked on. I thought like there was northbound traffic coming. I'm in the. But also, why did he hit his horns? Is this an AP thing that speech section trying to hit their horns? That's quite funny. And that's the northbound 91. 25. Then when we hit the main line, it's 100, which is the maximum speed these things can do. I love the sun shade on these. So 70s, it's not even funny. I've enabled thrash mode. So you hear all the electric sounds now. Just think of what we can actually do is put the special button. See what that looks like inside. There must be a special one. I'm just using it so to look up the code in the manual. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it. Honestly, though, when it comes to rail tours, I don't think one of these would. No, I don't want mine going 317 that badly. Never actually rode one in real life, so I guess I could be wrong, but they just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I do wish that sort of slammed as he pulled away as well. It'd be quite fun. I wish you had physics, like I sort of trying to say, so you can like close it like that and that's fine, or if you open it and put it in that position, or if you do it like that, it's sort of depending on what you do to the train. Now, we get doors, sliding doors slamming all the time. Arguably, they're in line with the train, so obviously any acceleration acts on them more. But still. That's 90, we're nearly at 100. So this thing's not a fast accelerator, so I think that's safe to say. E5. Now here's the fun thing, I've not practiced this, so I'm really using my actual route knowledge of this route from real life, and from driving it quite a few times in the game over the last many years. And I'm not sure where I'm actually going to brake for Stevenage. So my landmark for like switch on, you're nearly there, is Hitchin, because that's 5 miles up the road-ish. But we're on the end of the cutting, I guess. Be interesting to see, like, so generally speaking, I would brake about a mile away. So I could try and point it. It'll be interesting to see how this works out. Shut off. Full power. So I saw the line volt light trip there, so we've run through a neutral section. And you basically, for that, you need to recycle the throttle on off, or you won't. So get the throttle back fully open, or you won't be drawing amps. So you can see we're drawing amps now. If I'll show you the next time, go through a neutral section. We won't be drawing amps when we come out the other side, regardless of what position the throttle lever's in. It is surprisingly nice to drive the East Coast. So I'm on currently my summer leave from work, which is my excuse to make some East Coast mainline YouTube videos. Because normally it's too close to work, if that makes sense. Like I know the landmarks. I know the waypoints. I'm gonna start having flashbacks to being at work. I'll shut off now because we're at 100. Let it coast back to about 90, then go back at the full power, and just do that most of the way to Stevenage. Open the throttles wide open again. Keep going. So you can see the horns there. They've got covers on so that they don't fill with snow. Because when they fill with snow and they freeze, the horn doesn't work. And then you're limited. If you've got only one ton of horn, I think it's 100 max. If you full horn, it drops substantially how fast you're allowed to go. I'm not sure what the rules are. A real driver would be able to tell you. Yeah, these are quite cool trains. So that's obviously you put your key in there, I think, and then you can obviously isolate the AWS and key into this. Then that isolates the EBS. So and then you can get your key back out. But basically, what that would you say that if you couldn't get the brakes off, basically. But then the rules are you can convey your passengers through the net. I've been put on the float. That's actually kind of fast. That's a shame. 75 max. We can live with that. So just step on brake. So step on brake actually is quite effective at speed. Well, I say quite is effective. Feels more effective at speed than it does at slow speed. We'll just drop it at 75. Actually, might be 60 over the points, but I'm going to stay at 75. It's a 365. So there's a down slow, but there's not an up slow in this area, so it's 3 wide. So we're depth equal fast. fast, down slow, I believe is the track layout here. I've not got my track out this handy, or I would confirm that for you. Is it anywhere near me? No, it doesn't appear to be. Sorry. Was it in the... Probably by the time I get to it. Oh well. It's not love. Break on. I love how really badly visible the speed post is here. Well, shit. Hashtag doing a limbo. You saw nothing, internet. We're recovering time here anyway. We lost time due to that Mark 4. So we're going to get overtaken by those things because the signal's pulled off to a green here. Continuing careening down behind us. Do you need to grab a screenshot actually? There we go. I love the lighting at the moment in the game. It looks so nice. Like, just even a bit of grime around the sides where the carriage wash hasn't caught it. This is a lovely model. Not really driven it in a while because it's not the newest model now, and it's not the most common as well because 317s run sort of East Coast, Eastern, a little bit of West Coast, but not really enough to mention yet. And they're just not a massive cover. Like, it's just a nightmare to model, really. It's a time changer of most fucking hands-on since the sort of Metro Services and was fine. And these sort of became not needed anymore. And what else? East Coast Taking Away 2016, which I've modeled a scenario for, by the way. A Great Northern livery 317 King's Cross up to Cambridge on a semi-fast. And I've done stuff on the Cambridge branch with them. That signal's a red, so I think that was pulled off an error. So they signal on the fast line. So here we can go down slow. So where the up slow, that's the up fast, that's the down fast, that's the down slow. So the up line generally goes towards London, say generally, because it used to be headquarters from the Midland apparently. And there's some areas where the down line is actually away from London and towards Derby, because obviously that's where the LMS's headquarters was back in today. I'm not sure where that is though, and I'm not even sure if that's true, if that's just a rumour. But yeah, so like, because, so in our days, obviously headquarters was St Pancras Station. So yeah, there you go. That is your little factoid with Emily. Oh, power off. Cooking it a bit hot. So we're now, let's disappear. 26 miles from Stevenage. So Holland obviously varies on time of day. So this is summer's afternoon. I'm more risk of people the railway. So I'm just giving make people aware here. We're coming. We're on the slopes as well. So we're going to take a little bit longer to get to you, but we are still going to get to you. Just stuff like that. So I love that. It's interesting that these are a couple B2B, so back to back, or B2B ends. So basically, when in the A cab, the plan is the admin plan is facing backwards, and that plan is facing forward. So the two becomes a couple of B cab to B cab basically. Onto units. So do I call them locos? I apologise for calling them locos. I know how much that affects people. And we shut off. There you go. There's 91. As we skip across the points here. That was Beagles Way. No. St. Neots. So yeah, I think we are going to be a little bit late now. I've not actually got a proper timing point, but oh, if I could see finish stuff early, that's always fun. Look, we can set down everything, so we should be fine. Just saw the side for neutral section, so I'm going to stream in some power, which I'm excited. And I just completely missed the neutral section. No, it's along here. I swear it is. Yeah, those were this area. Want to go full power? So going up a hill over the top hill. So you can hear the engine obviously working there. We're still 75, we know. My god, I'm going to have to actually... If I just do this in notch 1, there we go. So here's the sign for the neutral section. There's the magnets that will force through to the train axis with the neutral section here. And this one, the trip going the other direction. So now, even though the light is restored and I'm in full power, you can still draw 0 amps. So return the throttle to the off position, back into full power, we start drawing power again. There you go. God. That's the unlock light. Yeah, let's see anyone see mom or bunch of equipment in the cab. So we're going to pretend that for whatever reason this train doesn't have it. No. It's interesting that that's the speed for the 125 track and how much closer it is because we're on 75s. So this section of the route, I don't normally get to see because I'm normally working. So I'm normally throwing stuff into carts in the kitchen. There's nothing here. It's not exactly exciting railway, is it? So let's depress ourselves. How far we covered? Okay, so that's Stevenage there. That's Hitchins. That's what Hitchins my landmark. That's sort of 5 miles to go. I wish they'd just on the fast lines, man. Would have been nice. Got about 15 minutes to run still. The good thing with us being so early according to that is oh, not sure what that beep was. Anyway, I think that's just the light reflecting through the sunlight. Yeah, we're not actually sanding. Good. Lovely little Atlantic going on there. Wish we had like an AP EP for that. That would make such a difference. Like that's the last proper East Coast vehicle slash unit that I think could really benefit with an upgrade. Obviously, the 67, that pack is starting to show its age. 67, aside from the T-Bird, Duty one, all that common really. 66s, we've got 90s. Okay, that could do with an update. 91s could do with an update. HST, we've got pretty smashing versions of. It's just much too so like this. Uh, what else? We've got obviously the cab's not perfect, but if someone I'd say Gold Star made a cab pack for it, that would be cool. What else? What else? What else? 317, take 313, take 317, 31321, 365. Again, could do with an update, but hey. And it's moving around. So that the sort of north of London stuff, 170s, tick. 158, tick. 156, 321. Obviously, the 323s there on their way. 144s could do with a proper one of them, to be fair. But we are getting there with it, you know. We are actually a not terrible place. And this is Biggleswade next. This is Biggleswade Plasmol sidings. So that's where the PNAs go. Out of interest. Yeah, it's not showing the mileage on that. That's a shame. I'm just wondering how far it was from here into London. So our trips Resets. Back to step 2. Interesting shadowing going on there. It exists externally too, it's just the way the lighting is, I guess. It'll change in there we go. So this is the hard part of being a train driver. Really, all we're doing here is station keeping. And I'm getting distracted, to be honest with you. But to be fair, we're going to drop into Stevenage from 75. I can do that visually. I was a bit more worried about the 100, but oh. Yeah, still 10 miles away, so apart from that, I'm Hitchin. Former friend of mine lives in Hitchin. Special. This is how much my brain gets. Um, that's interesting. So it's got the knuckle style tight locks. There's a couple of different versions of the tight lock coupler, and it's interesting to see which one that has, basically. I'm always telling from the sound the train's making how fast it's going. That's quite fun. And when you get above that 75, it feels like the engine note changes. Is there Atlanta coming north? I might have a nap, to be honest, after this. Rushed it off. Well, this is riveting YouTube content, isn't it? Look at we're halfway there. And then this is the boring bit. This is Hitchens, that's the ERTMS sidings over there. 5 will be over here, so I'm saying what they're used for now, and it's clearer the route they wouldn't be. Hitchin Yard. There's also an aggregate terminal behind there. I've seen a 66, or maybe possibly a 59, I couldn't tell from the angle, on an aggregate train. It was a Freightliner, so I'm not 100%. 317, of course, another one. Keep it in step 1. And then we'll knock it into idle. Number 1. Full hope again. So I'm stretching my legs out because I'm getting a bit tired now, actually. You can see it if you're concentrating here. Deflection, so step 2. Step 1. Well, step 2, I want to hit the platform about 20. What's that train passing me northbound, eh? It's Bradford service. Bradford! Oh, well, that is a change, because 1930s in Edinburgh service now. Well, technically Newcastle, but it'll be Edinburgh from the next timetable change, and Edinburgh on Fridays only. So there's because on Fridays there's a 2200 service off Edinburgh, which only runs on Fridays. Ask me how I know. No, I've not actually worked that one. But in my address when I used to work late, my crew would go home on the first train, and I would sit in Edinburgh for an hour and a half, like for the first 4 days of the week, and then on the Friday, well, 3 or 4 days, because you never do like 4 or 5 days in a row of it. On the Friday, I'd go home for an hour before them. Oh, there we go. Secure the train with service break application. And that is Stevenage. Luckily, it's set down only here. Yeah, due off at 1907, but you're only setting down passengers, so you get the right way soon. And we've got it now. We'll proceed aspect, so we're still 75. We're away. So next stop, Finsbury Park. Oh God, what's the hood on? Sorry, guys. Couldn't remember when I turned that on. I think we're following the standard sort of proper path here, so it'll be close to Nabworth, the place that lives in face of infamy. If you don't know, then don't worry about it. I said don't worry about it. Um, yeah, so we'll see Nabworth, past Nabworth, then we cross over at the Fasts. It'll be interesting to see what happens to us at Welling. I'm hoping they just keep us fast line from there, but you never know. Finsbury Park 1 is off on slow, so I don't know, we'll see. I think we stay fast, but I'm genuinely not sure. Since so long since I played this scenario, I know where I'm going, I don't know what the path is. Which is probably a good way to be, really. Yeah, I'm going to hit a neutral section momentarily. I've got it in front, I'm still just so I can get as much speed in as I can before I hit the neutral section. Really, unless you're an 86, you don't need this much time or heads up of a neutral section. You can just chop your power back. Like I did there. So I stepped that back quite gently. So I was like, step 4, 3, 2, 1, off. There we go, line quarter back. That's a dodgy indication. I've got a green. Oh yeah, there was single amber right ahead. That's fine. We'll get put out in front of whatever's behind us, basically, in theory. CSI is going to change over. That's what that beef was. And it's a 70 over the points. Cool. Yeah, we might turn along here, so let's get powered in. Yeah, the windows are closed. It's just it's interesting. It just shows how far the shadows render. The shadows disappear when they go past that fifth vehicle. Let's shut off at 100. There we go. Down the middle through Welland Garden City. There we go, out the tongue. Just going to hold speed. Next station we're passing here is Hatfield House. Hatfield House, interesting historical landmark that I know from here. Yeah, that's it. If we look out to the left, I'm not sure how particularly well modelled it is in train sim, but in real life you catch a glimpse of Hatfield House. Hatfield House, for those of you who know your Tudor history, you will know that is where Jane Seymour, I believe it was, died of a postpartum bleed / infection. No one's really sure. So basically, she gave birth in London, was brought here to convalesce, and yeah. Another Atlanta. Crikey, GC are busy tonight. I suppose this was before they started cancelling everything. So yeah, it's sort of that steeple we just saw there, that area. I go getting up to the turn. I'm going to go idle at 100. Got another new. It is basically 100 all the way to Finsbury Park, I think. Doubles. Okay, I'm going to go power off. If we get a single next, I'll just jump on the brakes. Bear in mind, of course, we are basically pathed in as a rail to a weapon putting around everything else. Now, to pass this in, there's going to be the capacity, but we're going to be following things. We're going to be trucked around things. Not following the standard service pattern is to be anticipated. So I'm chasing the double still. I think I just saw the area code change. Here's the neutral section. That's your tight in front of us. So we're here now. We're at Potter's Bar. 2 Charlie 80s on the main line. With a bit of luck, he'll get crossed over, or we'll follow him in. I'll just coast it down. I'm not going to put power on until I am back on greens. So at the moment we are chasing a train, which is fine, right? That is what we are designed to be able to do. But I don't want to catch him up, and ideally I want to get a little extra space on him just for my own confidence. So yeah, next max speed is the turn, so it was 105 in this area. I just remember it for these things. This is a nice run. I think I must have like the lighting's changed. I think I've got the accurate light patch in. So time time day lighting patch, and that just adds so much. I'll leave it in notch 1 for a bit, just to arrest the rate of deceleration. Remembers? And that's a single, so step 2 brake. Really bringing the train to a stand for the next signal post. I'm going to come in at about 30 and then get coast from there. And I set the signal. That's my signal. Step 3, please. And it's pulled off to a green with a feather. So that means we're being diverged back onto the slows. I thought we'd end up back on the slows. That's not read across, that is my signal, isn't it? I think that's my signal. Why is it not there, though? Yeah, that must be mine. Because I just heard the AWS ding. Yeah, AWS has gone off. I'll be honest, answer 25. As we snake our way onto the slows. That was the fastest we'll go in the video. Now let's go back up to 75 again. Just wait for the snaking to finish. So we're still 70, so that's fine. Because we're multiple units, so we're just doing 70 all the way. And then I think it drops to 55 on one side as we get closer. So we pop out of the other side of this tunnel, and it should be. We've not gone past the place that looks like IKEA but isn't IKEA. It says a Builder's Merchants, which is the tunnel before Barron's Green. It's another 91. That's the one in actual Nexac livery. So there's 191 and up in actual full Nex EC Nexac, as I like to call it, livery. NXEC, yeah, Nexac is easier. Nexac livery, National Express East Coast, that is. And basically they, but like a bunch of Mark 4s like sets did, but only one loco. So so that's basically the fun thing we've got there. Now I did actually test this. If you stop in a neutral section, you can't get going again. Even if one pans out, it won't let you. I did that just when first time I ran this years ago, but that's the one memory I have of this journey. I've not run it in this scenario in years. So the fact that I'm driving it so well just shows, like, okay, I'm not driving it well, but I'm not driving it badly either. So yeah, guess that's the point I'm trying to make. So that building there, that's the Builders Merchants. See what I mean when I say it looks like an IKEA? Like the pallet racking out the back obviously isn't, but like the blue and the yellow, that's the colour scheme of an IKEA. Like I say, to Builders Merchants, but yeah, still their name. Single-handed up there. We have some stuff in the neutral section after this tunnel. In my full service settings, I can see the red and I'm a bit panicked. My judgment of how far away that was just completely disappeared in that tunnel. Always contact the signal before coming to a stand to make sure that there's no way for you to be pathed out a bit sooner. But reverse it to neutral as we come to it. Oh, because you definitely stopped when I did that. So, we're following to Delta 17, who's come down the Hartford loop. A 313, follow Pep, family friend. This is Brands Green Depot. So Mark Falls. 313s, they are cool. I mean, I understand how you're supposed to stop them now. See the DOL cameras properly, but I don't think I'll ever stop that accurately, ever. In the cab. So we should set the DRA, shouldn't we? The danger signal. There we go, single amber right ahead. So DRA pulls off, pointing at the signal, single amber right ahead. Single amber, of course, is the runway equivalent of a red signal. We don't run into runway equivalent of a brick wall, and we don't run into brick walls. We're going to take our time. And so I'm going to go like 25 and coast. So yeah, that's the warning for the neutral section, or the onset of the neutral section. This is the neutral section. Taking it nice and slow. I can see the signal at the ends are green, so I'll just thrash it up to 60. No, that's a single amber. Good job we have AWS. We'll stay at 40. Which is probably as fast as that 313 is going to go, so I'm going to end up getting choked down again, but oh well. In fact, let's just scrub off in step one. Do you get risk? No, I was going to say, do you get regen? But because I felt like I could hear like the rumble of a regen, but I cannot. Get the beep in a second. And my CSR changing areas. Still single amber red ahead. And I can see the red, I believe. Again, read across here is so incredibly easy. I'd rather read across to a worse. Actually, I'd say it's unlikely to be mine. But we'll take our time coming down here, just in case. Yeah, no effect, doesn't affect us. Our 313 is clear of the next station, but I'm just going to take it nice and slow. At 30, Finsbury Park hasn't got a timer point on it, so I don't have to hammer it too hard. We're not due for 8 minutes. It's going to take us a lot less than 8 minutes to cover the distance. That's a red signal. I feel like my defensive driving has gotten a lot better. So it was that neutral section back there that I actually got stuck in. And so I've never actually seen this section of the scenario. And even that last section, like I say, it was probably at least a year, maybe 2 years ago now. I would say about 2 years. Certainly pre me going to rain through, so yeah, at least 2 years. There we go, we'll wait for that signal to pull off. There we go, single amber pulled off. Didn't even set my DRA for that. I'm not used to driving freight, man. We've got J&A's over there. That's cool. That's Finsbury Park siding. So Fern Park siding, sorry. On our left, that's Hornsey EMU Depot. So that used to be where the locos lived on the East Coast mainland. So prior to Bounds Green opening, this is where all the Deltics would be based. Fern Park, that is now where 800Xs go to stable. So it's basically a servicing point for them more than anything else. Because obviously there's more trains now than there was previously, in the simplest way possible. So you've got, because obviously they service Blumo, Hull, LNER, and LNER's got like 4 or 5 trains more than they had previously. So obviously Barons Green isn't enough capacity, so they all go to the depot there for servicing as needed. So they can basically be dumped in the depot and also to the shed there. Lovely, XGNR, East Coast. So this is well, looking at the platform, so let's just speed up a bit. I'm driving way too defensively here. I'm gonna go quite hard because I got distracted. Don't text and drive, kids. It's bad. There's our relief, so we'll stop as close to him as we dare. We're dropping off at Finsbury Park anyway, so... and then the train continues on to the North London via Canonbury, and then up to Shenfield. It's not particularly far for him to go, to be fair. Maybe 34 minutes of driving. Doors on the right. Actually, just key off the desk fully. There we go. And like I say, doors are released. That is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video if you did, and we'll see you next time for another video in Train Simulator. Bye bye.